Hi, I'm Byron Santo, and I want to give my 2 cents, well, maybe one and a half, on click tracks and performing live with them. I know there's musicians out there that I guess degrade click tracks in a live performance. They say that it's not really live performing. Well, to them, I say, what is live performing? I'm playing my instrument, I'm producing rhythms, I'm producing notes, I'm applying dynamics to the rhythms and notes. I'm applying subtle nuances to the music that I'm playing, but I'm following a click track to keep a consistent tempo. And that consistency is from one performance to the next. So, what in that is not a live performance? Because I like to keep a consistent tempo. Now, not all music and not all performances require consistent tempos, but some do. And if that's the type of music you're playing and it requires consistency, then use the click track. If it doesn't require consistency, don't use it. But don't degrade musicians for using it. Now, there's numerous reasons why a musician or a band would use a click track. One, it could be playing with backing tracks. Two, it could be playing along with video in your live production. Three, you could have an extravagant light show, and the click track keeps things consistent so that the lights will stay in sync. I just cannot comprehend why musicians and this is so-called professional musicians uh, shy away from it. I mean, it's a tool. Use it as a tool. And if that live performance dictates a click, use a click. It's no big deal. Now, I'm going to branch off. There's multiple types of click tracks. There's a static click, which means there's no deviation in tempo. It's playing with a metronome. And that's what metronomes do. It's one consistent tempo, no changes. A click track can have variations in it. So you have your static click and you have your variable click. Now, variable clicks can be broken up into various types. You can have a song form variable click, where each section of your song has a little slight variation in tempo. The next type of variable click can be a one measure variable click, where every measure it's a slight change, maybe half a beat per minute or 1 beat per minute or so, but it creates more of a non-click performance, but it keeps it consistent from one performance to the next. And then you can take it further. There can be 1 beat variable clicks, where every beat it's slightly changing. And that can simulate a real free flow and tempo, but it stays consistent from one performance to the next. And then there's click tracks that like, let's say if you're using a click track and you're following along with backing tracks, you're playing with backing tracks. Well, there's shifting that you can do to the click track to help make the performance with the backing tracks better. You can shift the click track slightly ahead of the beat or behind the beat. and that affects how the musician that's following the click track performs in relationship to the backing track. And there's so many ways that a backing a not a backing track, a click track can be used to not restrict you, but keep your performances consistent. And if you're a professional musician, you want to have consistency in your performances if the music dictates it. If the music doesn't dictate it, then so be it. Don't use it. Now, on the flip side, you're in a recording studio. You lay down a performance, no click track, no tempo reference at all. You can come back and create a tempo map, which is a variable click track, to your performance, and then you have a reference to re-record more tracks, but it's consistency. You're maintaining a consistent tempo to what you've originally recorded. So with all of these methods that's in place for click tracks, it's finding the one that will suit your need for your performance, for your music. And degrading a musician for using it, in my opinion, is foolishness. That's a musician that is closed-minded. That's all I have to say.